But we do begin with new details in the latest controversy at the city-county building involving claims of misconduct.
So we told you last week that city-county councilor Keith Graves was stepping down from his leadership role on the education committee. This is amid allegations of sexual misconduct in a former relationship.
It's important to note that Graves continues to deny those allegations. And today we are hearing from his accuser. She sat down to talk with our Marina Silva.
It was 3 days after my birthday.
Lauren Embry remembers the exact date she says she met Indianapolis City County Councilor Keith Graves.
We met at the Warren Township Democratic Club's holiday event. So that was December 13th, 2019.
Embry was 24 years old at the time. She wanted to get involved with politics. She started working on a local school board election. Eventually, she volunteered for the Marion County Democratic Party. That's when she says she met Graves and claims their relationship started out with a lie.
A 53-year-old man told me he was 42, and I'm not sure if anything he's told me after that was the truth.
She says they started a relationship, but she says he took advantage of her. She described one encounter saying Graves wrapped his hands around her neck and held her down. Embry says this was one incident. Well, it happened several years ago. Embry says she was shaken by recent events involving how the city-county council handled other misconduct accusations against a top official in the mayor's office. It all made her want to come forward with her story.
After seeing Samuel Osley, President Osley of the council, instruct the sheriffs to drag out Lauren when she was trying to speak up about what happened to her, that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Graves denies Embry's allegations of trying to pin her down. The counselor sent 13 News a statement saying, in part, what was once viewed as a mutual and respectful relationship is now being portrayed in a very different way. And this development discourages me. I have never behaved in a manner that jeopardized the safety or comfort of others. Since the allegations, Graves has stepped down from his role as chair of the Education Committee, but remains in the Democratic caucus and on council committees. In Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Indianapolis is dealing with yet another violent weekend. This is the second in a row where shooting victims have hit the double digits.
Since Friday, 10 people were shot, 5 died, 3 of them under the age of 16. Next weekend, we've got a big one. The national spotlight will be on the city as Indy hosts the WNBA All-Star Game. We've also got the Indiana Black Expo. We just spoke with Metro Police Chief Chris Bailey this afternoon about his message for anyone who may be concerned about safety. Take a listen here.
I'm asking people to come downtown or into any of our neighborhoods and have a peaceful heart. You don't have to solve your issues with weapons, whether it's gun or otherwise. But if you step out, my officers have the direction of strict accountability. We have to enforce the law. We will enforce the law, and whether it's downtown or our neighborhoods, to keep our community safe.
And they'll be there. Bailey went on to say he noticed fewer young people in downtown Indy before and after the weekend curfew and thanked parents for that. He did issue that plea to parents before the weekend, asking them to make sure their kids are home. All right, now to the big breakthrough announced today in the case of baby Hope in Franklin.
Yeah, so this is the murder mystery involving a newborn that's been a cold case for 3 decades. Jenny Runovich was there today as investigators shared new developments, and it was just a heartbreaking crime from years ago.
Oh my gosh, Justin and Felicia, it is. We're talking about the youngest, most innocent of murder victims, a baby. And this case has really gripped the community for 31 long years. But now some new answers. Franklin police announcing today that DNA technology has identified baby Hope's parents. First, some background. Baby Hope was discovered back in April of 1994 in a Franklin park. 2 boys found her in a trash can. She was less than 24 hours old, and she had been stabbed multiple times. Community members named her Baby Hope, and they raised money for a headstone and a funeral. But the case went cold until 2019. That's when Franklin police reopened the investigation with new detectives, new technology. Indiana State Police and Parabon Labs used forensic genealogy through public databases to identify Baby Hope's parents. Her mom was Cheryl Dawn Larson, who passed away in 2018. Larson's then husband, Richard N. Larson, was not the baby's father. DNA shows Paul R. Shepard is baby Hope's biological father. Police say he has been cooperating, and he was shocked by the news that Cheryl was even pregnant in 1994. So now we know who baby Hope's parents are, but there are still many questions.
And DNA is not going to answer those questions for us necessarily. It's the public. If this stimulates any information, any thoughts that you can bring forward to law enforcement to help us bring complete closure to this case, that would be the biggest closing point.
Yeah, so the hope is by sharing these identities and these names, baby Hope will finally get some justice after 31 years. Because right now, remember, we have these names, but we still don't have a suspect. We still don't have a motive. So we still have a lot of questions. And, I had some questions at the news conference today, too, but police would not take any. So we hope to kind of dig into this more and continue to follow it.
Well, it's something that people who've lived here for decades, myself included, remember when it happened.
Right.
It's just such an awful, awful case. You really hope that the family, the extended family, and the community really can find closure.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when you think 150 people from Franklin went to that funeral in 1994. So a lot of people care.
Okay. Jenny Runovich reporting. Thank you. And IMPD gave the public its first look today at a new tool to help solve crimes against children. So what's special about this van here is that it allows investigators to work on site instead of having to drive to a lab. The Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force van has forensic equipment to examine digital devices like cell phones and computers, and it also includes an interview space to talk privately with witnesses. IMPD says having these tools in the field is critical.
Protecting children and those most vulnerable will always be a priority of IMPD in our collective law enforcement response.
We know that behind every case and every statistic is a child who deserves to grow up safe and supported.
The van and its equipment were paid for through the Not Today Foundation and Indiana Internet Crimes Against Children grants. Metro Police say they hope to use the van in major crime investigations as well.
Let's talk about the weather on this Monday afternoon. It has been, I would say about as muggy as it gets, Sean, but I know it's going to get muggier.
I thought it was a nice day.
Really?
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. This is the tamest day of the week here.
Great.
Because this weekend and then definitely next week, oh, my friend.
I know so many of you like it, so Felicia included. You're first in line.
Yeah, it was a beautiful
Felicia,
Monday.
I will probably have to lean with you on this. It wasn't overall too bad.
Yes.
Yeah. Humid,
had worse.
Humid, but not crazy. That will change as we move forward here. We show you our camera network, at least a few spots here. There's Carmel, downtown Indy, and up in Morse Lake here, sun, scattered clouds. We had the front that brought the widespread rain for most, not all. I know some spots didn't get enough to get the ground wet yesterday, but a lot of places did. We'll run down those numbers coming up in just a little bit. But for your afternoon, for the rest of your evening, a slight chance of a pop-up, and that's probably going to be pretty far to the north. So Bedford, Columbus, all of us right now in the lower to mid 80s. And as we show you the dew point map, upper 60s to near 70. We will tack on close to 10 degrees to these numbers, which means it is going to be very, very humid ahead. I'll time that out coming up, Felicia, here in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, sir. We will check back in. Indiana Black Expo's summer celebration is underway in Indianapolis, and this week the celebration continues. Several events are coming to the Indiana Convention Center. The IBE Business Conference runs today and tomorrow, and that offers opportunities for Black, brown, female, veteran, and disabled business owners. And then Friday, I will be hosting the corporate luncheon, which honors contributions to the community. And Saturday, Holly Robinson Pete, the actress, will be among the speakers at the Mental Health Symposium.
Right.